I think I've said in the past that making pockets is like knitting socks. Or for those of you who understand the allure of the salty potato chip,
bet you can't eat just one.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you're a new viewer, which is definitely a possibility, hi there. My name's Mare. I'm a costuming enthusiast and recovering goth. Though I'm not sure that's something you really recover from so much as just come to terms with the inevitable realization that you've sold your immortal soul to Woolite for its detergent for dark clothing. I mentioned in my last video about pockets that they were a trial run for something else, and well, this is something else, while still being a pocket. You get the drift. By now you may already be familiar with the pocket swap, but if not, here's the scoop. Jeanette of A Perfect Touch came up with the idea of having a swap amongst a group of friends and acquaintances, and I'm very excited and happy to take part. Apparently the swap spanned at least 2, if not 3 different community pockets of acquaintances, so I'm pretty sure a few of the participants are getting to know folks who were new to them. Back in July, a bunch of us tossed our names in the proverbial hat with our preference as to what kind of pockets we'd like. A few days later, we received the same information back about another YouTube costumer or sewist. We had until September 15th to figure out what we were doing, get our pockets made, and send it out the door. Since the swap was open to folks on more than one continent, goodness only knows when people will be receiving their pockets. If you follow the hashtag PocketSwap2021, you should be able to see all the fun and games. I'm pretty sure someone will put together a playlist or two so nobody misses the fun and/or frivolity. I just received my swap pocket in the mail from the person who drew my name, so I'm going to hold on to that and open it at the end of the video. In the meantime, you can watch the pocket I made for the person I drew as a secret pocket buddy. You're probably wondering for whom I will be making this pocket. Folks, we're going to have fun with this one because her interests are all over her YouTube channel, and she's very conveniently made a video or two about her plans for the near future. I'm making a pocket for Rebecca of Lady Rebecca Fashions. If you aren't familiar with Rebecca's work, she's also a plus-size costumer who absolutely adores Disney, historical recreated clothing, and history bounding. Sometimes all at the same time. Because she's been pretty upfront about her costuming plans for the next little while, I had a few ideas for the direction this pocket would take. At the time I've finished recording this, Rebecca has just finished an 1890s Belle Epoque summer ensemble and a bright pumpkin-covered pinafore. She has plans to make a 1950s style dress inspired by Cinderella's pink dress, and has gotten a start on her own spooky version of the strawberry dress. You have no idea how perfect these plans are, and I'm going to try building around the theme of the strange and unusual. Why?
I myself am strange and unusual.
One of the suggestions for our pockets was to make them from our actual scraps. And so I've gone pre-YouTube vintage. The outside fabric is leftovers from the very first overbust corset I ever made back in the early 2000s. I used a commercial printed pattern, Simplicity 1139 I think, and just wore it on the outside like the good little goth I was. The loop binding the top edge is some velvet remnant from a corset top I made around the same time. The interior lining and compartments are some cotton I had in my stash, and I'm going to hand crochet the trim for a little something special. I'm using an antique pattern for that, link in the video description if you're interested. Rebecca stated a preference for an 18th century pocket, and if you've watched a few of my videos, you might have, correctly, come to the conclusion that historically accurate is not in my vocabulary. So apologies to anyone expecting a period accurate 18th century pocket, especially Rebecca. I finally figured out what I was doing near the end of the prep period and left myself zero time to embroider or quilt the fabric. Instead, this pocket is a mashup of history, Disney's Cinderella, and just a wee smattering of goth. Maybe a whole lot of goth, because if I know one thing, it's goth. Of course there's going to be a secret Mickey. It wouldn't be Disney without a secret Mickey. I'm using the template I made a while back as my pattern. It's simple and it's based on an 18th century pocket, so that's a point in favor of historical flavor. As I mentioned earlier, I'm putting in a lining, partially because I'd like it to be sturdy, but also because a place to put cell phone and car keys is highly underrated. She might even be able to fit a tube of lipstick in there. These are all things that are better if you corral them instead of letting them float around the interior of your purse or pocket to get scratched up or lose their lid and smear all over other stuff. I'm pretty sure that if an 18th century woman needed to carry around these things, she'd have put in extra compartments. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she did. According to the Victoria and Albert's page on tie-on pockets, they were often used to do crime. In 1807, Hannah Stevens used her pockets to stash 3 pairs of stockings and 17 pairs of gloves, and Jane Griffiths made off with 2 live ducks belonging to her neighbor. I don't think this pocket is big enough for 2 live ducks, but chicks might dig it. I was going to bind the keyhole opening, but I finally watched Miss Violet Needleturn's School of Upsewing series on pockets with compartments, and she uses the lining as a facing that you place right sides together and turn to the inside. Nice trick. Black binding would have been lost against the black fabric anyhow. That was a feature rather than a bug for the outer edging though. I did bind the edges, but then I poked an obscene amount of holes in the seam so I could add the crochet trim. This took a little puzzling out because I didn't want the red crochet thread overlapping the edge of the pocket. Instead, I used some black embroidery thread to make the base round and continued on from there with the red. The result is frankly stunning, and I'm surprised I made something that came out looking that good. Here are my final shots of the pocket before taking it to the post office. So that brings us to the present and this wee box that I have cleverly disguised with scrap wrapping paper to disguise the addresses on the customs form stuck to the side of the box. And because my swap partner reduced, reused, and recycled any branding pre-printed on the box. My swap partner was Noelle of Costuming Drama, and I'm really looking forward to see what's in the box.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
It's not that big a box. I visited the parents the other day and picked up the mail on my way past the super box, so this wee bit of fun has been taunting me for at least 24 hours. And of course I'm cutting through my own tape here because that's what I do. Oh, I have a card. This is cute.
A few moments later.
Mare, I hope you enjoy your Merida pocket. I don't know if you like loops or attached straight to the tape, so I included extra fabric so you can do either, and some tape as well. Happy pocket swap, love from Noelle. That is really cute. And here we have the tape. And I am a big fan of Black Watch tartan. I've got some squirreled away. Mum and I made a plaid skirt for myself at one point, and the leftovers are in a box somewhere, and some of it I made a shawl out of, so this will go quite nicely. And there's a little pocket inside. A couple of little pockets inside. Pockets inside pockets. That is right up my alley. What else do we have here? Just in case. This is what I've been unwrapping. It's this beautiful metallic cord on a little remnant, and there's something inside here. Okay. That cord's pretty. Ooh. Little scrap. Very nice. That would be, I think, the same material used for the binding. I think. Very pretty. It's that gorgeous green color. And then, ooh. I think that is a needle case. And an awl. Ooh. Some Londonderry linen thread from Burnley and Trowbridge. Some beeswax thread conditioner. The National Life and Accidents Insurance Company. Oh! That is so pretty. I know that Noelle actually collects vintage needles. Like you used to be able to pick up. These are little packs of needles that you used to be able to pick up complimentary as an advertisement for the company, sort of like matchbooks. And so the fact that she has included one of these and it's got 3 little needles in it is really special. So thank you, Noelle. And, ooh, I think I know what that is. And yet another little book of needles. Very lovely. A little gift to you from the House of Fine Automobiles, Bass, Mark IV Motors, Lorain, Ohio. Please ask for Tom Wetzel. And we've got a bodkin. And I think I know what this is. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Is that for turning corners? Are these for turning out corners? I'm not sure. Color points? Apparently Noelle wants me to do a lot more hand sewing, and I kind of want to now. Thank you so much, Noelle. It is absolutely a gorgeous little set, and I'm going to really enjoy trying these out. I've been wanting to get some linen thread and some beeswax for quite a while, and I just haven't been able to get around to it. So this is pretty awesome. Thank you. I can't tell you how much fun this swap has been, from trying to think up something Rebecca would enjoy that uses my own skill and interests to her benefit, to Noelle doing the same for me. It is sincerely awesome. Because nobody's released their videos yet, I'm going to be watching avidly with the rest of you to see what everyone else's pockets look like. Thank you so much, Jeanette, for putting this swap together. If you'd like to see my previous pocket video, check up here. If you would like to see the pocket swap playlist when it inevitably becomes available, you'll find it up here. Till then.